Welcome dear students. In previous class we discussed about the classification of material and methods of charging a body. We know that there are three methods of charging a body. That is nothing but charging by friction, charging by conduction and charging by induction. In previous class we already discussed about charging by friction and charging by conduction. Now we will discuss charging by induction method. Charging by induction. Charging by induction. It is another method of charging an uncharged body. Now let us see what is the meaning of charging by induction. Charging by induction is nothing but it is the method of charging. It is the method of charging an uncharged insulated conductor by keeping an charged body nearer to the uncharged insulated conductor. Then this method is called as charging by induction method. See, in this case there is no any physical contact between a charged and uncharged body. But in previous class we discussed about the charging by conduction and charging by friction methods. In both the methods we observed that there is a physical contact between the charged and uncharged body. But in this method there is no any physical contact between the charged and uncharged body. Without keeping any physical contact of a charged body with the uncharged body, we are going to make an uncharged body as a charged body. Now let us see how to make an uncharged body as a charged body using the induction method. So now I am going to take one metal sphere. Okay, this is an metal sphere. And this is an uncharged metal sphere. We know that uncharged means the net charge on this body should be 0. That means suppose that if it has 3 positive charges, means it should has 3 negative charges. Then net charge on this body is equal to 0, so that it is an uncharged body. And this metal sphere is supported on insulating stand. Okay, this is supported on insulating stand. Why this metal sphere is supported on insulating stand means, suppose that if I keep this metal sphere on a ground, so there is a leakage of charges takes place from metal sphere to the ground. Okay, because ground is an conductor and metal sphere also conductor. Because of that, easily charges can move from a metal sphere to the ground. To avoid that leakage of charges from metal sphere to the ground, we are supported this metal sphere on the insulating stand. Okay. Now I am going to take one charged body. This is an charged body. Okay. Charged body. Let us assume that this is a negatively charged body. Okay, this is negatively charged body. Now I am keeping this negatively charged body nearer to the metal sphere. But there is no any physical contact between the charged body and metal sphere. So here this charged body is a negatively charged body. So because of an attractive force between the negative charges present in the charged body and the positive charges present in the metal sphere, these positive charges will accumulate on the left surface of the metal sphere. Understood? Similarly, because of repulsive force between the negative charges present in the charged body and negative charges present in the metal sphere, these negative charges will accumulate on the right surface of the metal sphere. Okay, now let us see how the arrangement takes place. It's a negatively charged body is placed nearer to a metal sphere. So because of attractive force, the positive charges will accumulate on the left surface of the metal sphere. Because of the repulsive force, the negative charges will accumulate on the right surface of the metal sphere. Okay. See here, these charges are called as bound charges. Bound charges. These positive charges are called as bound charges because it is bounded by some attractive force. Okay. And these negative charges are called as free charges. Free charges. Free charges. So like this, the displacement of the charges takes place inside the metal sphere. So when I place a charged body nearer to the metal sphere, the positive charges will accumulate on the left side of the metal sphere, and the negative charges will accumulate on the right surface of the metal sphere. But still, this metal sphere is an uncharged body because net charge on this body now 0 only. To make an uncharged body as a charged body, what I am doing is I am connecting right surface of this metal sphere to the earth. Now let us see. Now I am connecting this right surface of the metal sphere to the earth. Like this. To connect the right surface of the metal sphere, I am taking a conductor, and using that conductor I am connecting that one to the earth. Okay, so then it is called as a earth connection. Now you know that these electrons are now free charges that can easily pass through this conductor to the earth. But these positive charges are bound charges. They are bounded by the attractive force, so that they will still remain on the left surface of the sphere. Understood? So now because of earth connection, these electrons will transfer to the earth. Okay. So because of a deficiency of charges in the metal sphere, there will be a transfer of charges to the earth. Now this process of sharing of charges with the earth is called as earthing. Earthing is nothing but process of sharing the charges with the earth. Sharing the charges with the earth is called as earthing. So this electron can easily transfer to the earth. Now there is no any negative charges present in this metal sphere. Now it is a positively charged body. Okay. After removal of the electrons from the metal sphere, I am going to disconnect this earth connection. Okay. I am going to disconnect this earth connection. But these positive charges still remain on the left surface because of attractive force. Understood? Suppose that if I take out this charged body from nearer to the metal sphere, then the attractive force between the positive and negative charges will reduces. Because of reduction of that attractive force, the positive charges will start to distribute on the surface of this metal sphere. Understood? That is the next case. When I remove an charged body, then these positive charges will accumulate on the or distribute on the metal sphere, because here there is no any attractive force now, so that they will distribute uniformly on the metal sphere. So now it is now an positively charged body. Like that we can make an uncharged body as a charged body, but there is no any physical contact between charged and uncharged body. And if you observe here, to make an uncharged body as a positively charged body, we are taking a negatively charged body, right? We are taking a negatively charged body, and this negatively charged body placing nearer to the uncharged body, so that it will become a positively charged body. So this point is very important. To make uncharged body as positively. We should place negatively charged body nearer to it, so that it will become a positively charged body. Similarly, if I want to make a uncharged body as a negatively charged body, I should keep an positively charged body nearer to it. Then this uncharged body will become a negatively charged body. That point is very important. To make uncharged body as negatively uncharged body as negatively charged, we should place positively charged body nearer to it. Then we can make an uncharged body as a negatively charged body. So this is another method of charging, that is nothing but a charging by induction method. Okay. Now let us discuss about one apparatus, that is nothing but a gold leaf electroscope. So let us discuss what is the meaning of gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope is nothing but it is the apparatus. Used to detect the presence of charges on a body and its polarity. That apparatus is called as a gold leaf electroscope. Using this apparatus, we can detect the presence of charges on any body, and also we can find which kind of charge present on that body. So the polarity means the property which differentiates two kinds of charges. Okay, so that is the advantage of this apparatus, that is called as a gold leaf electroscope. Now let us see what it consists of. Okay, this gold leaf electroscope consists of one glass jar. Okay, this is a glass jar. And this glass jar closed with insulating stopper. Okay, so this is closed with insulating stopper. And there is one vertical metal rod which is housed inside a glass jar. It is a metal rod which is housed inside a glass jar. Metal rod. And bottom of this metal rod attached with gold foil. Okay, this is an gold foil. Here gold foil means it is a thin sheet of gold. is the thin sheet of gold foil. There are two gold foils which is attached to the bottom of this glass metal rod. Okay. Next, top of this metal rod is connected with the metal disc. This is an metal disc. Metal disc. And inside this jar, two ends of this jar connected with the aluminium or tin foil. Aluminium or tin foil. Aluminium or tin foil. So this aluminium or tin foil which increases the sensitivity of this instrument. Okay. So this is an gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope consisting of one glass jar, and there is this glass jar is stopped closed with insulating stopper. This glass jar is closed with insulating stopper. This insulating stopper is made up of rubber or wood, and bottom of this is attached with the gold foil, and upper side of this metal rod is attached with the metal disc. Okay, and the two sides of this glass jar consisting of aluminum foil. This will increases the sensitivity of the instrument. Now what I am going to do is I am taking one positively charged body. This is an positively charged body, and I am going to touch this positively charged body with the metal disc. Because of touching this metal, this charged body with the metal disc, the electrons which is present in the metal rod and gold foil will transfer to the charged body. The electrons which is present in the gold foil and the metal rod will transfer to the charged body. Because of transfer of these electrons, this metal rod becomes a positively charged body. Okay, this metal rod and this gold foil become positively charged body. So because of positive charges, these two thin plates of gold, they will start to diverge. Why it diverge means in both the gold plates it has the same kind of charges. We know that the same kind of charges will repel. Okay. Now it is a positively charged body. So this gold foil is a positively charged body. Now what I am going to do is I am taking out this positively charged body. Okay. Now I am going to take out this positively charged body, and I am going to take one unknown body. Okay. This is an unknown body. Unknown body. But I don't know which kind of a charge it has, or I also don't know it may have charge or not. Okay. It is having charge or not. That one also I don't know. Okay. Just I am going to touch this unknown body to the metal disc. When I touch this unknown body to the metal disc, suppose that if the divergence between this gold foil is increases, then I can conclude that this unknown body has a positively charged body. Why I can conclude that positively charged body means already this gold foil has positive charges. Because of transfer of electrons, still there is an increase of positive charges. If positive charges again increases means the repulsive force also increases. Then I can conclude that this unknown body is a positively charged body. Okay. Instead of this, suppose that it is a charged body, that is a negatively charged body. Instead of positive, it is a negatively charged body. Then what will be the result? Then electrons will transfer from this unknown body to the metal rod, and it will transfer to the gold foil. And there is already positive charges which is present in the gold foil. Because of entering of negative charges to the gold foil, there will be a neutralization of charges takes place. Because of neutralization of charges, this divergence of gold foil will decreases. So that we can conclude that this body is a negatively charged body. Right? We know that the positive and negative charges will neutralize. And if number of positive charges is equal to number of negative charges, this divergence will decreases to 0. The degree of divergence become 0 between the gold foil. So like that we can conclude that the body has which kind of a charge, and also we can detect with the presence of a charge on that body. Okay, so that is about gold leaf electroscope. Okay.